I was not raised in a home with any kind of God at all. My father was a closet child molester, he was a pedophile, and my mom was a closet alcoholic. So when I was 16, I attended a Youth for Christ event at my school. I heard Jesus being preached as a personal God who loved you, cared about you, and wanted to know you. I did not have a father like that, so it was very, very appealing to me, and I'd kind of always believed in God, or maybe that there was something there, and I thought, yeah, I need to do that. I need to pursue this, and my family really needs that. So I went after it, and there was really no solid foundation in my home to deal with a crisis, and my father's secret was exposed. And I sought the things in the world that would fill up that horrible hole I had inside me. And so most of my 20s were spent looking for things that would fill that hole, including 2 marriages, 2 divorces, 2 children. And looking back on what I had begun to have at 16, the guilt and the shame just ate me alive. I started drinking slowly, not intending for it to become a problem. And within a few years, I was an alcoholic. I was going to choose life or death, and I chose life. And I walked into an AA meeting, but I realized that to go deeper in my faith with Jesus, I probably really needed to find a church community. So we heard about Clovis Hills, and I was so ashamed to walk through the doors. I'll never forget how I felt when I came the first time. I thought everybody was good in church. I really thought that. I thought people didn't have problems. So my husband and I were sitting in church. We read the bulletin. There was a meeting to go to India, and I said to my husband, I think I'm supposed to go to India. And he said, okay. So I went, and it was not a very good trip. Didn't want to actually go back. I was more afraid to go to India for the first time than I was afraid to walk into an AA meeting. And a pivotal moment for me came the next year when I was offered to go back and lead a team, and I fell in love with it. And the year after, I went back in and led another team, and that's the year that I felt like it wasn't enough, and I got called back. I started going twice a year, and one thing led to another, and in 2017 I had the chance to start a nonprofit, and now I have 3 big ministries in India. I have a school in one state. I have actually a church and a discipleship center in another state. And in that same state, I have a tutoring program with 60 kids in it. The person who was so broken when she came to church that couldn't even make eye contact, I didn't know who I was. And all I did was just go after the Lord and listen to Him. And where He took me and what He has done with me is amazing, but I'll tell you this. The opportunities came through Clovis Hills. Seeing people through God's eyes, loving them with His heart and touching them with His hands there's no measure for that. That's like the gold that's talked about in the Bible. There were times when I was in my disease and I thought, my life is over. There's no way that I can redeem this. I can't redeem it. But look at what God can do. Because He called me back out, and I was 52 years old. It is never too late to take the love of God out, and it's what we do. Heal people, heal people.
My name is Toni O'Donnell. I've been raised to life, and I'm all in.